Walking is often hailed as the perfect exercise, especially as we cross the milestone of 50. It's the prescription for a stronger heart, a sharper mind, and a longer life. But what if I told you that your daily stroll might actually be doing more harm than good? Most people assume that as long as they are moving, they are winning. However, the alarming truth is that subtle, unconscious habits in your stride could be silently wearing down your joints and stalling your progress. Today, we are deconstructing the 7 most critical walking mistakes that doctors see every day. These aren't just minor details. They are health saboteurs that can lead to chronic inflammation, hip misalignment, and unnecessary fatigue. If you've been feeling unexplained aches after your exercise, the culprit isn't your age. It's your technique. We'll cover everything from the starting shock to the posture collapse. But pay close attention to mistake number 7. It is the single most common error made by even the most dedicated fitness enthusiasts. And fixing it is the ultimate key to unlocking long-term mobility. Let's ensure your walk remains a blessing, not a burden. Here is mistake number 1. Most walkers over 50 treat their bodies like an electric switch, on or off. They step out the door and immediately hit their target pace. However, from a physiological standpoint, your joints are like a car engine in winter. They require synovial fluid, the body's natural lubricant, to circulate before they can handle high impact or repetitive motion. When you skip a 5-minute gradual warm-up, you are essentially rubbing bone against bone with minimal protection. The fix? Start at a window shopping pace, allowing your heart rate to climb linearly rather than exponentially. As we age, gravity becomes our greatest opponent. Many people walk with their heads jutting forward, a phenomenon often called tech neck. Your head weighs about 10-12 pounds. However, for every inch it leans forward, the effective weight on your cervical spine doubles. This doesn't just cause neck pain, it creates a collapsed rib cage. When your chest is compressed, your diaphragm cannot fully descend, meaning you are taking shallow breaths and starving your muscles of the very oxygen they need to burn fat and repair tissue. The correction is the string technique. Imagine a golden thread pulling the crown of your head toward the sky. We often choose shoes based on fashion or what worked 10 years ago. But the biomechanics of a 50-year-old foot are vastly different from a 20-year-old foot. The fat pads on the bottom of our feet thin out over time. Walking in worn-out sneakers or shoes with dead foam means your knees and lower back are absorbing 100% of the shock. You aren't just walking, you are sending micro-shocks up your skeletal chain with every step. A proper walking shoe must provide a balance of torsional rigidity and forefoot flexibility. If you can twist your shoe like a towel, it's not supporting your health, it's compromising it. The body thrives on homeostasis, a steady state. Taking a grueling 2-hour walk on Sunday and sitting for the rest of the week is a recipe for inflammation. The script emphasizes that the heart and metabolic system respond better to 20 minutes of daily movement than to a single weekly marathon. Consistency keeps the metabolic fire burning and prevents the stiffness that occurs when we remain sedentary for long stretches. It's about the cumulative signal you send to your cells. Many walkers keep their arms pinned to their sides, or worse, tucked into their pockets. This is a missed opportunity for total body health. Your arms act as pendulums that counterbalance the rotation of your hips. By restricting arm movement, you force your lower back to work harder to maintain balance, leading to lumbar strain. A natural rhythmic swing at a 90-degree angle doesn't just burn more calories, it promotes lymphatic drainage and reduces swelling in the hands. Walking should be a moving meditation, yet the modern world has us tethered to our screens. Looking down at a phone while walking isn't just a safety hazard, it's a sensory one. It disconnects the brain from the proprioceptive feedback, the sense of where your body is in space. This disconnect is a leading cause of trips and falls in the 50-plus demographic. By putting the phone away, you allow your vestibular system, balance, to recalibrate, making you more agile in your daily life. Now, we've covered your shoes, your posture, and your pace. You might be thinking, I've got it. I'm ready to hit the pavement and never look back. But hold on. There is one final mistake, a trap so deceptive that even the most dedicated health enthusiasts fall into it every single day. In fact, it's the primary reason why many people over 50 stop seeing results and start feeling like their bodies are betraying them. You see, most of us were raised with the no pain, no gain mentality. We believe that if we aren't pushing, we aren't progressing. We treat our bodies like high-performance machines that should run forever without a break. But what if I told you that the very effort you're putting into your daily walk could be the thing that's actually breaking you down? Imagine a beautiful, classic clock. It's elegant, it works perfectly, and it ticks rhythmically second by second. To keep it running, you wind it up every morning. But what happens if you overwind it? What if you keep turning that key tighter and tighter, thinking that more tension means more time? Eventually, the spring snaps. The clock doesn't just slow down, it stops entirely. This leads us to mistake number 7, the myth of constant motion, or the complete neglect of recovery. This is the climax of our journey today because it's not about what you do while you're walking, it's about what you fail to do the moment you stop. Here is the scientific plot twist that most people miss. Your body does not actually get stronger while you are on the trail. During the walk, you are actually creating micro-stresses. You are subtly tearing muscle fibers and placing a demand on your skeletal system. The magic, the actual strengthening of your heart, the fortification of your bones, and the sharpening of your brain only happens during the silent hours of recovery. When you ignore this, you aren't building a better version of yourself. You are simply accumulating debt. You start to wake up with heavy legs. That morning stiffness feels a little more permanent. You start to think, maybe I'm just getting too old for this. But you aren't old, you're just depleted. True health after 50 is a delicate dance between stress and rest. Think of your joints like a hydraulic system. As we walk, we use up the fluid that cushions our movements. If we don't allow for metabolic rehydration and active rest, those cushions begin to thin. You begin to walk on empty. To fix this, we need to change the story we tell ourselves. Recovery isn't laziness. Recovery is a high-performance strategy. It's about that gentle cool down in the last 5 minutes of your walk to flush out metabolic waste. It's about the deliberate rest day, where you allow your nervous system to recalibrate. When you master the art of the recovery, you aren't just walking for today. You are preserving your ability to walk for the next 30 years. You are giving your body the resources it needs to answer the request for strength that you made during your exercise. This is the difference between someone who wears out and someone who stands the test of time. Don't be the person who overwinds the clock. Be the person who knows exactly when to let the gears rest so the music never has to stop. So we've unmasked the hidden mistakes, from the way you lace your shoes to the silent art of recovery. But before you step out the door for your next walk, I want to share one last thing with you. A thought that might change how you see every single morning from now on. You see, after everything we've discussed, people often ask me, is it really worth worrying about all these little details? My answer is always the same. Think of your health like a grand, intricate mosaic. Each choice you make, the way you hold your head, the pace you set, the water you drink, is a tiny, colored stone. On its own, one stone doesn't look like much. But when you lay them down consistently, day after day, you aren't just walking anymore. You are painting a masterpiece of vitality that will carry you through your 60s, 70s, and far beyond. The truth is, your body is incredibly forgiving. It's been waiting for you to give it the right cues. By making these small adjustments, you aren't just avoiding pain. You are unlocking a version of yourself that feels lighter, sharper, and more alive. But here's the thing. Walking is only one piece of the puzzle. While you're out there strengthening your heart, your body is also craving the right fuel to keep those gears turning. And that brings up a fascinating question I get all the time. If I'm walking to stay healthy, what should I be eating to make sure my muscles actually recover? I want to hear from you first, though. Now that you've seen the 7 mistakes, which one surprised you the most? Are you a cold starter or a phone looker? Drop a comment below. I read every single one because this community is where we all learn to grow together. If this journey we took today made sense to you, hit that subscribe button and join our Instant Health Now family. We're here to make the science of living well feel simple and achievable. And speaking of keeping things simple, you fixed your walk, but have you fixed your breakfast? You won't believe the impact a simple habit like eating eggs can have on the very muscles we just talked about. Click the video on your screen right now to see exactly what happens to your body when you eat 4 eggs every day. I'll see you over there in the next chapter of your health journey.